Hello friends, welcome to my channel again. So in last video I have just shown you the overview of my application which was that was to do application. So today without wasting time we will go to the coding. Before going to coding, let me show you again my application. So and before going to application, let me first show you let me tell you the way I am going. Okay, let me tell you. When I will hit the enter, I will give the prompt like Python managed by run server, and I will hit enter. Development server will start, and it will not going to end, or it will not going to stop until you will not stop it forcefully. So when I will hit enter, what will happen? So you can see there will be you will have a IP address, and in at this IP address your server is running. That means your development service is already started and it's running behind the scene. And now when I will go to the browser and I will hit enter as localhost colon 8000, I will write here localhost colon 8000, and what if I not hit enter, then what will happen? So my friends, nothing will happen. If I not hit enter, then you can't see anything. So when the moment when I will hit enter, you will be able to see the home page. So as you can see, this is my home page and this is my navbar that I have used, and I have taken it from the bootstrap. So this is my homepage, and you can see the welcome message over here because I have given the local score 8000. And what if I give here something? I mean, if I add something over here in my route, then what will happen? So we will discuss all of this thing later on. But let me tell you, when I the moment when I hit the enter, then a request that is not a simple request, it's HTTP request, because we are working with Ajax and templates. So here the request will be HTTP request, and it will be of type GET. One thing I need to tell you, there are five, or actually main five requests, that is GET, POST, DELETE, PUT, and what is the GET, POST, PUT, patch, and delete. But in templates we only use GET and POST. So this request will be of type HTTP request, and it will be of type of GET. Okay, and then the request will go where? The request will directly go to the Python manager by run server develop, which is a development server. That means that the server that is already running behind the scene, the request will go to the server, development server, and from there it will go to the project urls.py. So let me show you my project URL. So this is my project, which is to do. And when I will go here, I mean the request will directly from the development server, the request will directly come to the us.py, project us.py. And here you can see that I have defined, that means I have a URL pattern, I have a list. And in this list, I have a function called path. This path function is taking three parameters. First, which is empty route. You can see this is empty route. Second, which is function based view, and third is my alias. So as you can see that if I just comment this, then what? That means we are just we are working only on the one. But let me tell you, I don't need to comment this, and also I don't need to do this. Okay. So what will happen? So the request will directly, which is of type HTTP request, and also I mean it is of GET request, so it will directly come to the project URL, and here it will the okay, let me comment this will be good. This is for admin panel, and we are not working on admin panel right now, so we will discuss the portion, that means the portion which is about admin panel, in upcoming videos. So now from here, you can see this is empty route. That means there is nothing. So the control will go to the function. The next, it will shift. That means here, the what is this? This is function based view. So here it will, from here the request will go to the Visual Pio project. So here you can see we will go to the Visual Pio project, and here we have a function called home, which we have already defined in my us.py. You can see over here, we have already defined this function based view, which is home, in my us.py. And now we are going to the views.py because the control is directly going to the views.py. So here you can see that we have a function called home, and this function is taking one parameter, which is request, and this request is of type http request. That means we are working on template, I mean we are working with templates, so it will be of type http request, and also it will return me http response. But before that, let me tell you that we have already imported the HTTP request and HTTP response from the Django.http. So you need to write these two things, otherwise it will not work. And also I have imported render function that I am going to use over here. And you can see that I have also passed a message over here. And this message is simply, you will see, I mean this message you can see in your home page. So this is for home page, and how I manage it, let me tell you. So I have taken a message over here, and now it will simply return me the render function. This function, I mean the function that I am working on right now, home, this will return me a render function, and that's why you can see I have written over here return followed by render, and this render function is taking three parameter. Usually if you don't want to pass any message over here, then you can give just two arguments, or you can see the two, yes, two arguments, but here I am passing three because I have a message also. So first will be your request, the parameter. First will be your request. Second will be your base.html. And what about the base.html? That means this is your template. And next, which is your message that you want to pass in your home page, and this is in the form of context. As you can see, this is in a form of dictionary. Like now you can see this is a key and this is a value, so you can say this is a form of dictionary, and we call it as a context. So we are passing a message over here in the form of context, and from here the request from the views.py, the request will directly go to the base.html. That means your template that you have right now. So let's go to the template. So you can see this is my templates folder, and I will go to the base.html over here. So in base.html you can see I have passed this one. That means a message that you can see in your homepage that is passed over here. That means I have taken a block content over here. This is a ginger template tag. We are using your template tag. In this, that means whenever you will create your projects or your apps with the help of template and Ajax, you will have, or you can use ginger template tag, which is really amazing feature of Django. That is going, I mean Django is going to provide you by default Ginger template tags, and you can use it in, it is very easy to use, and also it's very helpful. I mean, if you use HTML, then you will have some restrictions, but you will, when the time when you are going to use in a template tag, as you are working on Django, so it will help you, and there is some features, extra features, which you cannot get in HTML. Okay, so before talking about this template tag, let's start the construction of this base.html. So first we have what we did. We have taken a template tag which is load static, and why we are taking this, because we are working on Ajax. I mean we will use jQuery, we will work with Ajax, so we need to load static. That means so that we can work with JavaScript. Otherwise we will not be able to work with JavaScript. If you just comment or if you delete this line, then your code, your project will not run, or actually it will run but it will not give you the satisfied answer. I mean JavaScript will not work, your Ajax will not work. So you cannot take any data from the front end. So now what will happen? I have taken Ginger template tag, which is load static. That means I can work with JavaScript. Next, you can see I have used a block title, a Ginger template tag for my title. That you can see to do list. I have given the to do list. If you don't use here block title, then also it will be there will be no problem. But I have used a Ginger template tag so that you can see over here the to do list which is coming over here, because I have mentioned the to-do list over in the title. Okay, next I have taken CDN link for Bootstrap, CDN link for jQuery. So this is my CDN link for Bootstrap CSS, and this is my CDN link for jQuery. You have to right you have to take these things, otherwise you cannot. If you don't take the JavaScript, the jQuery, then your Ajax will not work. You cannot work with JavaScript as well. So let me tell you that if you don't use Bootstrap, then also it will work. There will be no problem. But this is just for design part, and I have also taken the CTL link for JavaScript. Bootstrap JavaScript, and this is CTL link for Bootstrap CSS, just for styling. And one thing you have to mention in your base.html, which is very important, or you can say the most important thing, which is your Ajax. The custom JavaScript that you have created. This is my custom JavaScript. You can see in the static part, the static folder, I have a JavaScript folder, and here I have a to-do underscore script.js file, which is for Ajax. That means in this file I will write my Ajax code. So for this reason I have to take the custom JavaScript. I have mentioned this custom JavaScript. Okay, next I have also included my navbar. As you can see here, this is my navbar. This is actually my navbar. So I I want to use navbar. That's why I have included navbar over here. You have to include in navbar. And one thing, when we have right now we are in base.html, and we have included my CDN link for JavaScript, jQuery, CDN link for Bootstrap, CSS, Bootstrap, JS, and also the custom JavaScript in the base.html. And also one thing which is very important, the navbar. We have included this in our base.html, and why we have given the name as base.html. And also, if you don't want to include the navbar over here, then what? Then it will not visible in your home page. Okay, so we have mentioned it, and we are not, because we are using Ginger template tag, and so we will use this base.html, that means the properties of base.html in other HTML pages without writing all these things. We don't need to write all these things again and again in other HTML pages that we have in this project. So this is the main feature, or this is a very interesting feature of Ginger template tags. We will use just a Ginger template tag in other HTML pages, and we will access this base.html. That means this is my parent HTML, parent HTML, parent template, and I will inherit the properties of this template to another templates with the help of Ginger template tags. So what next? What will happen? You can see that I have taken a block content over. This is again a template tag, and in this block content, I am passing a message which is of type context. Whenever you will pass any context, you have to pass like this. Within the double curly braces, you have to pass your message. What if I change this name message? Then will it work? Let me write over here anything else. Suppose I am writing apple, then will it work? In my visual pie, I have passed a message over here. I have written the message, and I'm passing this. This is my value, and this is my key. So it will not work because whatever you have mentioned in your base or HTML and your views or I mean you are passing in the form of context, this should be same. So if I write over here Apple, then it will work. There will be no problem. So now let me run again and let's see it's working or not. Initially I have given the message and now I have given Apple. So will it work? Let's check. Let me refresh. So as you can see, after refreshing, it's working. Welcome to task list. And also, I have, okay, no, let me first discuss this one. Okay. So this was just about the project URL.py. That means we are, so let me conclude what I have said up to this. So the first, when I will give the prompt Python manager by run server, my development server will start at the at the following IP address which is given over here, and when I will give the local give the address IP address in my in the browser, the control the it will send a request to the terminal which is python manager by the development server, and from there the and also the request will be after http request, that means get, and this request will from the development server the request will directly go to the project urls.py, and in the project urls.py you can see that I have taken a path function, and this path function is inside the urls pattern, this which is a list of type list. Okay, so this path function will take three parameter. First will be your empty route, second will be your function based view, and third will be your alias. And you can see what is the use of alias. Actually this alias is mentioned in your navbar. So let me open the template first. Include folder, I have template which is navbar, and you can see here I have mentioned this alias. That means your alias should match whatever thing, and don't worry about this code, this piece of uh, code, because okay, wait. hmm mm, because I have taken it from the bootstrap navbar. Okay, so your alias which you have passed over here, that means in your urls.py, it should match with your reference that you have given over here. That means the home that I have given over here. And you can see this is again a template, a ginger template tag, because we are using curly braces and also the percentage sign. So this is a ginger template tag, and I am using this just. That means the message that you are getting in your home page is just because this alias is matching with your urls.py. If this message will not match, suppose I am not giving your home, I am giving your home 1 2. Wait. If I give here home 1 2 3, then what will happen? 1 2 2. So do you think it will match? No. Let me show you. If I reload the page, then what? You will see the error, not reverse match add, because you can see the error is in this part, because you have mentioned your home and in your alias, that means the name which you have mentioned in your URL is not matching. So if I change it over here also, then what will it work? Let me tell you, let me show you. So I'm going to again reload the page, so you can see it's working. That means your alias should match, otherwise it will not work. So let me correct this. It's not looking cool, na? Okay, now it's good. So next, I have shown you the request will go to the url.py, and from here it will go to the views.py, and from views.py it will go to the template, and from template you can see it will work. After going to template, you will see the home page over here, and also the alias should match. And now we have already discussed the pattern, the flow, in the way, the flow in which way the request is going, and how we can see the home page, and how we can see the message, or we whatever we are passing the in the form of context. So all is done. Now let me tell you that for this project I have, let me close all the files. Okay, So now let me tell you that for this project we have created, I mean we have our to do app, and you are seeing that means we are working on application. This is application. So I have created application, but Django is not aware about this application initially. So what I did, I just mentioned it. I mean I had to tell, or I had to inform the project that I have a application, and for this reason I have just I went to the settings.py of my project, and here you can see I have written over here that import OS, that I'm importing operating system. This is a module that I'm importing, and next. Hmm. So you, as you have created a app, so you have to mention your app in your installed app list. So as you can see, I have mentioned my app over here, and in this way you can mention your app. If you not mention this way, then also it will work, but it will be good if you mention your app in this way. That means first I have given the app name, okay, and followed by dot. With the help of dot operator, I'm apps, you can see the apps, that means to do app, which is your name of the application, then followed by apps. And this is not I have written by myself. You can see in your to do, when you will go to the to do app, let me open. When you will go to the to do app, you will see there is a file which is apps.py, and you, when you will click on this app.py, you will see a class to do app config. So you need to just write, that means when you are mentioning your app, so you have to first write your app name, then followed by your file that you are getting in by default, with your app, followed by class name. I mean in this app, apps.py, you have a class which is to do config. So you have to mention, and please notice that here T is capital, because we are, this is class, so the first letter will be capital, and the second, I mean the joint part, this is, you can see to do app, and then config is joint. These are together. So C will also in the uppercase, because you can see this is the camel case now. So you have to mention in this way. And also, not only this, I have created template. Django also don't know about template. I have a static folder. Django don't know about this folder as well. So I have to tell Django that I have a folder called template. I have a folder called static. So for the templates, I have a templates list, and here you can see we have a dictionary. You can see the way it is written over here. So this is a dictionary. Initially it was a list, but in this list we have dictionaries, and okay, and in dictionary you can see the backends first, your keys, and these are key and value, key and value. So in the DRS key you have to mention the value as your template that you have created, and for this reason you have to use the, I mean you will create a list of over here, and you have to write os.path.join. That means join is a function, path is an object, and you will get this path over here, base underscore dir. So actually what is this path? Actually this path, I mean this base underscore dir is nothing but the path of your project. That means you have to mention over here that os.path.join, os coming from here, that means I have imported, and path because we are defining the path, and also join is a function. I'm joining my template with my project. So this join function will take two parameters. First will be your base underscore dir, which is path of your project, and second is the templates that you have created. I mean the folder that you have created template. So you have to mention, otherwise your template will not work. And also in the same way, you have to inform Django that you have a static folder. So for this reason, you have to take a static file. You can see a static URL underscore URL. That means Django is already going to provide you a static URL, a static underscore URL. So this is mentioned, but it was not, the slash was not mentioned over here. It was, I have given this, okay. Okay, and next I have created a static underscore dirs. this is a list. You can see the it is in the form, it is in capital. So in Python we know that this is known as a constant. So I am just going to store my list, which is that means the connection in the variable called static underscore dif. Okay. So here also I have taken oh.path.join, and then this join function will take two parameter, base underscore dir, which is path of my project, and the second one is static. So I hope up to this it's clear. In the next video we will go through the app. That means the second page, which is the second page, which is task list. In this video it's going to long. That's why I'm going to stop it right now. In next video I will discuss the next, which is task list. Okay, thank you very much, and